Well, big changes are being made after lane closures led to major traffic backups on Newport's Pell Bridge last night.
Yeah, some drivers are reporting they sat in traffic for hours. New tonight, we're getting an explanation from Bridge and Turnpike officials.
We're also getting an up-close look at why the lane was closed. Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian took a tour of the changes and joins us now live. Kim?
Well, Shannon and Steve, the folks at the Rhode Island Turnpike and Bridge Authority say they heard drivers' frustrations loud and clear. That's why they decided to open both of the westbound lanes of the bridge today from 3 to 7 o'clock. They say they're hoping to avoid what happened yesterday. Traffic on the Newport Bridge stuck at a standstill Tuesday.
In all the years I've been living or coming to Newport, I've never seen anything like that.
Tyler Bernadine says this was his view as he tried to get off the island yesterday during rush hour. Red brake lights for miles.
Sat in traffic for about an hour and a half from Van Zant all the way to the top of the bridge.
The culprit, a lane closed on the westbound side. So we wanted to know, why is this lane being closed? Well, we got an up-close look.
This is the emergency walkway that we were talking about. It's a concrete walk, and if you can see, right, this is the fresh concrete that they just poured today.
Eric Offenberg of the Rhode Island Turnpike and Bridge Authority says repairs to the walkway were pushed back due to inclement weather. And since concrete needs to be cured around 50 degrees, they need to keep that concrete warm, bringing in heater trucks and hoses that take up a travel lane. But they're changing that because of Tuesday's debacle.
Between 3 and 7, all this equipment that you see here up on the bridge will be removed. We'll disconnect the heaters, then we'll come back at 7 o'clock and you'll see all these people and all these equipment back here to reconnect the heaters and make sure that this concrete's lasting.
RITBA says they tried to warn drivers, but the word didn't spread far or fast enough.
So the backups were quite large yesterday. It was very inconvenient for everybody. That's not the way we like to have things happen. So we've made some changes.
I think it's something they should have thought of ahead of time rather than approach it regressively.
And our view from here looks like traffic is moving smoothly over the Newport Bridge right now. But how long will this work be going on? Well, we'll tell you coming up at 6 what you can expect for the rest of the work week. For now, reporting live in Jamestown, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.
The East Bay Mobile Newsroom moving to Newport now with a live look at the Pell Bridge. Right now, all lanes are open, a change from last night when lane closures caused big backups. The Turnpike and Bridge Authority says work on the bridge still needs to be done, and they're running out of time to do it before winter sets in. Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian joins us live from the Jamestown side of the bridge with a look at what happens next. Kim?
Well, Shannon, judging from the look of that Newport Bridge camera and our view here in Jamestown, it looks like traffic is moving smoothly over the bridge tonight. Exactly what the Turnpike and Bridge Authority was hoping for after yesterday's traffic nightmare. Traffic on the Newport Bridge stuck at a standstill Tuesday.
In all the years I've been living or coming to Newport, I've never seen anything like that.
Tyler Bernadine says this was his view as he tried to get off the island yesterday during rush hour. Red brake lights for miles. The culprit, a lane closed on the westbound side while crews repaired the concrete emergency walkway. But after Tuesday's debacle, changes on Wednesday.
Between 3 and 7, all this equipment that you see here up on the bridge will be removed. We'll disconnect the heaters, then we'll come back at 7 o'clock and you'll see all these people and all these equipment back here to reconnect the heaters and make sure that this concrete's lasting.
Eric Offenberg of the Turnpike and Bridge Authority says they'll do the same thing on Thursday and Friday. Then the end of construction season will be in sight.
We've got about 3 weeks worth of work left to finish up. So we'll still have our regular daily lane closures every day, you know, pretty much 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., a little earlier on the westbound lanes. And then all of the work for the season will be finished by the middle of December.
And some people have asked why the Turnpike and Bridge Authority didn't just shift that zipper median in the center of the bridge over during this work. Well, Offenberg tells me that would have taken a whole day to do, and he says it would have caused even more chaos. Reporting live in Jamestown tonight, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.